HP, when are you going to design a laptop that won't break in a matter of years? Hello YouTube, welcome to a computer overview where today we're going to be looking at the HP Netbook model 2102. Now before we go on and check out the I/O ports and everything and all that good stuff, I want to show you how easy it is to disassemble this laptop to access pretty much everything in there. So, shall we? First things first, unlock the battery, pop that piece of shit out, and then all you have to do, looks like there's some eject buttons and everything. There's a place for your SIM card right there, and this actually could eject your hard drive, but what's the point? Now what's the point of that? You need to open the thing. All you have to do is turn into Hulk and you just go. Simple. Gotta patch this up. You got a Windows 7 COA here. You ain't getting it. Here's your memory slot right here. This thing is equipped with a 2 gig DDR2 667. We have a 120 gig solid state drive here, which makes no sense because the performance on it is pretty much a Core 2 Duo with a traditional hard drive. You're not getting much. However, you could have had an mSATA port right here, which this one doesn't, so you would have had the smaller SSD, or you could have had just an SSD here and a hard drive there for storage, which would have made sense, but that's okay. And this is your little wireless, the wireless card and your CMOS battery that seems to be easily removable with a little piece of string, but I'm not going to go ahead and pop that out in case if it breaks. And that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, and the cooling fan. Now, popping this thing back together is it's just the reverse. You gotta line it at the bottom here, and then all you have to do afterwards, if I can get it done right, here you go, like this on the door, and then you just go ahead and you just snap it into place like you would do with your phone when you remove the battery, if you have one, if it's removable nowadays. And there you go, you're good to go. Well, now you're good to go. Secure. On this very netbook, we have 2 speakers at the very front. We have an SD card adapter here, the power on switch. We have 2 USB ports right here. Opening this door reveals a Ethernet jack, which is always cool to have, even though a netbook should only be with wireless, but they say, hey, let's be different. Kensington lock. Of course, the SIM card goes right behind the battery. Your power connector right here is, well, for your charging your charger, 19 volts, VGA, USB, and headphone. And this VGA port will come very handy. Now, why is this going to come very handy? Well, check this out. The thing is so tough to open, but once you get in, see it's powered by a piece of shit Intel Atom CPU. This is why everything goes slow, even with an SSD. But anyways. This was given to me, and I got a use for it, but the problem is, HP's seem to have done a good job on the bottom side, but on the top side, not so much. I mean, you can see the webcam right here, not a big deal, I don't give a crap, but the screen is so stressed with the, those pivot points, and in the bezel itself, it is so stressed that, check this out. This is what happens. Yeah. Now this comes from a friend of mine, and I know for a fact that he takes a lot, and I mean a lot of care for his electronic. And one day, all he did is just close the lid, he opened it up, and he saw the line. Now when he showed it to me, it was like this. He had the black spot and the white lines. Now, if you go ahead and I go and play with it, you'll see the lines appear and disappear at the top. If the camcorder picks it up well, let's try this out. You'll see they'll play like the one on the top here. If you jiggle it, sometimes it goes, sometimes it's better. This is a problem of screen stress, and trust me, it is not fun to have. And replacing this screen is 61 bucks. Yeah. and you can buy the whole shenanigan for 116 bucks. So it's your call, especially with an Atom N450. Yeah, processor is 1.66 gigahertz, by the way. So let's go ahead and hook it up on the TV. You know, even after a reboot, it's still not found. Just so you can see for yourself, there's nothing. Let's see if I can detect anything. I don't think so. Is there anything wrong with the device manager? Well, I'll try to make out some. Oh, well, there's a video controller. There's a problem there. No wonder why. I think I'm gonna have to go through the drastic measures. I hope it works. Well, despite my everything, I've removed the screen, which is right here, completely disconnecting it, and rendering the primary display to be on the VGA side. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. It still relies on the main screen, which is, again, taken out. And without that, I don't get a primary display until the operating kicks in. And that's bad, because the project was to get the laptop running without the lid, which also would imply without the screen, and also sacrificing wireless. But turns out, nothing always comes to. It comes to show that, you know, sometimes things doesn't always happen the way you want. However, there is some good news. Putting a Linux distribution would automatically make my other screen kick in and mirror drive during installation. Well, at least that's what it did with OpenSUSE. So I guess I'll throw this whole bag of tricks together and see what happens. I also found the root of the cause of the failure that came from the screen. This screw, which is right here, way over here, shouldn't exist. It should be where this hole right here, oops, where the hole on the left, it should be situated there, but looks like the gold, or yeah, the gold little thing that mounts it in on the chassis let go, and creating an uneven stress, and most likely tilting the frickin' screen in a horizontal manner, and ultimately leading a nice crack over here. That sucks. Oh well, better rebuild it. Turns out this connector is being used both from the LCD screen and the webcam. Just as a quick shot, there's the the instructions, and yeah, if you can read them, congratulations, but that's all I can see. You can see anything from the processor speed down all the way down, and then that's it. Factory install OS is Windows 7 Pro, but I don't know what's in that hard drive. I have no idea if it's even good or not. It's no longer the SSD. I put the Scorpio Black. The SSD turned out to be a Kingston HyperX Fury 120 gig hard drive. That's a good drive. That's definitely going to be going great in my Dell laptop. But let's get to business. So, that's for the project. What am I going to do with this? Well, the reason why I would have been interested in getting it mainly is ripping off the screen and using it as a VGA only, but it turns out that even though it's a primary port, it really requires that. It's a dependent port. So technically I'm forced to have the screen. However, the reason why I like to use it is because by having a traditional hard drive, that's a solid state drive that can be more performant than another bigger machine, is to download distributions and another operating system and burn them on a DVD or CD via that USB drive. Now, why would I do that when I got machines that can do, I can burn three operating systems at once? Well, the thing is, by doing everything in the studio, well, you get the point. It's done here, I focus just right into installing it afterwards too. There's nothing wrong with that. That's no big deal at all. But It's still work in progress, and I'm not too sure if I'm gonna do that. But it's worth a shot, you know. You never know. It's always good to have, you know. And then I can install it straight on my TV there, and this TV is gonna be great for bench. So that's actually the first time you're seeing that TV in the studio and not in my room. Well, it looks like the installer crashed. There might be something wrong with the hard drive after all. That's going to be some work in progress, but anyways, I wanted to focus mainly on the overview of that machine. So, this machine is, oh, how could I say that? It's a netbook, and they're very, very small, and they're not powerful, like, not at all. And unfortunately with this one, it has some build issues, especially when it comes to around the screen. Like you've seen, there is a weak spot on the right hinge of the laptop, and then giving it that bending look. You don't even know the screen's bending, but eventually, well, being too stressed, the screen cracks, and it gets worse and worse and worse. But on the bottom side, though, everything seems fine. The trackpad has the left and right click on one button. It'll just figure out on which side. It's a little weird, but other than that, the build, taking it apart and putting it back in together, it's not as bad as what I thought. Because normally small machines like this are fucking disasters, but no, not this one. And yeah, it's quiet too. Low power. It's a netbook. What do you expect? So if I had a better screen, maybe I would have something better, but unfortunately this will have to do. Oh well. So if you have any questions, comments, anything I've overlooked or not looked at that machine, or if you have any stories you'd like to share, well, go right ahead and post them in the comments down below. And until next time, take care.